What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is a rebranding of Marchio Reviews. I figured give it a different name, give it a different feel and look to it, and this is what it is. And what better way to start off than reviewing Cobra Kai Season 3. Now, Season 3 of Cobra Kai kicks off right after the conclusion of Season 2. The ending of Season 2, as you know, had that big high school karate fight with Cobra Kai and Miyagi-Do. It was one of the craziest, well choreographed fight scenes I've ever seen in a TV show, in a TV series for that matter, and it was done really well. Now, mind you, before I get into the Season 3 review, I do want to say there are spoilers, so there will be spoilers in this review. Not major ones, but minor ones. Now, Johnny's character comes full circle in this season, and we see him mature more so than, other characters than we know that are in this series, even from his time when he played in the movies. He goes from being a kid to being nobody to being someone, back to being nobody. While we thought this character developed in Season 2, it didn't. Johnny is in front and center this season, and it shows really well. Even though, we find out that Johnny is, of course, down on his luck again, we get the essence of we feel for him, He is taking credit for the stuff that happened at the high school. He feels bad for Miguel, and he feels bad for Robbie being on the run for what he did to Miguel at the end of Season 2. Everybody has that feeling of dread, fear, and it shows. And when Netflix picked up the show, it was really good, because Netflix gave the writers more so of what they can do. YouTube was limited with certain things and certain, ways of showing violence and what to do. And, it upped the ante a little bit, and you can see that in certain episodes. This season was one of the best seasons, even though there's only 3 seasons. Basically, Season 1 is just a recap of, Johnny's story and where he's been for the last 30 years. Season 2 is somewhat of Kreese's story, and then Season 3 is all of them in this story. And, Johnny does get his act together on certain times, and once he does, he wants to make that big of a difference. Now, Daniel, what can I say about Daniel? You could say Daniel is more so of the supporting character this season. He's more laid back behind the scenes, but he's front and center in certain things that he does and certain things that he wants to do. He wants to help Johnny find Robbie. He wants to, make things better, make things right. Even though Daniel doesn't like Cobra Kai, it gives a bad influence on what it is. But at the end of Season 2, we know that Cobra Kai isn't Johnny's anymore, and because Kreese came back and took over it. So there's a lot of stuff going on, and there's a lot of things to digest. But with Daniel, he's really involved in certain episodes because he does go back to Okinawa for a certain reason. I don't want to get into that reason why he goes back, but he does meet Kumiko. He does meet Chosen. And the reason he meets them is because something happens back home that he has to take care of. And then when he goes to Okinawa, he meets up with Kumiko. They talk, they reminisce. It's great. The scene between Daniel and Kumiko reminiscing, and with Miyagi being mentioned in a certain thing, was really good. You do shed a tear because Mr. Miyagi should be there for this series, but he's not. He's there in spirit, and Daniel realizes that and actually makes things better. And Kumiko is the one that actually calls Chosen in, and Chosen, of course, you think is going to fight Daniel, but Daniel's like, well, what's going on? Why is he here? Well, the reason Chosen was brought in was for a certain matter, a certain reason. I don't want to get into that reason because it really moves the story along and it moves the story forward. And it's a major part of Season 3. Even though it's a span of over 2 story episode arcs, it really makes sense and it really closes it out. Even though we see them for a few moments at a time, it actually does work and makes sense. It's great to see Kumiko, and it's great to see Chosen from Karate Kid Part 2 in this, because they're bringing all the elements of this Karate Kid saga world into this series, and it's working for every single character. Now, John Kreese. Let me get to John Kreese. Martin Kove as John Kreese is one of the most ruthless, craziest, annoying assholes on screen you could ever imagine. The things that he does and the things that he goes to any length to get what he wants in this season is insane. He is the villain in this. He is the bad guy. It's not Daniel. It's not Johnny. It's Kreese. And the interesting thing about Kreese in Cobra Kai Season 3 is that we actually get a backstory, which is amazing. We finally learn how he became who he became, where Cobra Kai came from, and we finally learn how he got to where he was from his time in the Vietnam War up until present day, where he is now. Things work in a certain way with this because there are certain episodes where we focus on Johnny. There are a few episodes where we focus just on Daniel. And there are a few episodes where we focus on Kreese, and it's really, really well done. We find that certain things trigger Kreese's mind, and certain things actually make him who he is. Deep down, he was so much of a nice guy and wanted to do things and change how things were done. But the story goes is that he wants what he wants, and and we find out who made him what he is. And it's kind of a sad story in a way, because it's the war. The war plays tricks on you. It's a mind game, and you get that PTSD from everything. But it shows how much Kreese evolved over time from when he was in the Vietnam War all the way up until he, became a sensei in The Karate Kid, and then up until now in Cobra Kai Season 3. Now, you love to hate Kreese because he's so laid back, he doesn't give a shit, and he makes things out to be where he's so calm and cool and collected, where he turns it on the other characters and they lose their mind and they lose their shit because they don't understand how he works, but they want to, really, really get to him because of what they're doing. And they really, really want to get to him because of what he's doing in the valley. He's changing things like crazy, and it shows. There were some episodes where it felt like they were drawn out. I want to say episodes 1 through 4 were, a bit slow. We see the process of Miguel getting better. We see the process of Johnny helping Miguel. We see the process of, Miguel adapting to things again, learning how to do karate again. And his character arc is even more better because we find that his character is more so, emotional. It's feeling, it's fleeting. And the things that he gets into and that he does is really, really good. But his character is on the back burner because we're focused more on Johnny, we're focused more on Daniel and Kreese. And when we're focused on those three characters, other characters are put to the back. But Miguel had his moments, and as did Daniel's daughter in this, Samantha. Her character was annoying at times because she didn't know what to do. She kept having panic attacks because of the fight that happened at school. She couldn't stand up to Tori, who is one of the most annoying bitches you would ever see in a TV series. But the actress who plays her plays it really well. The teen tension in this is, could be better. There are parts where it's like, okay, it's, teen drama, whatever, let's move on. If you take out the teen drama to it, then this series becomes a little bit better. Like I said, there were some episodes that were good and there were some episodes that were bad. Episodes 1 through 4 were drawn out. But when you get to episode 5 and it goes on to episode 10, the season finale, things really pick up. Episode 5 to 10 is one of those, range arc stories where you actually have to pay attention to what's going on. And then you want more. You need more. Now for this season, season 3, some viewers might find it underwhelming that the All Valley Tournament for the Karate Championship is not featured in this, and it's not. But the build-up is. The series was renewed for season 4, which is going to be crazy, I'm sure, because I'm pretty sure that the All Valley Tournament will be featured in that. You can do a lot of things with that in season 4. You can put matchups together that have never been done. You can put, storylines together that have never been done. And certain things are happening right now where, okay, you're going to do the All Valley Tournament, but then what happens? What would it take to win? Now, the thing I loved about season 3 and the story arc between Johnny and Daniel was Allie, played by Elizabeth Shue, does come back, and it's great to see her. She really has matured over time. She really forgives, Johnny and Daniel for what happened and what they did. But she wants to know more. She wants to know what they've been doing. And they go to the country club Christmas dinner party. and then Allie meets Daniel's wife, and then they start get to talking, and all this, you know, stuff comes up about what happened, what they've been doing, what the secret is, and it's just really good to see her, because basically bringing Allie back was a good thing, because basically she knows Daniel, she knows Johnny, she knows how they work, and she knows what, you know, to tell them. She's basically their, you know, counselor in a way. She knows how to be the medium of things, and you see that because when Daniel and Johnny are standing on opposite sides, we see Allie in the middle, but Allie is controlling the situation. And when the writers did that, the writers made sure that she can control the situation and actually say what she wanted to say to both of them at the same time, and it really, really worked. This makes Johnny's character arc change and become different. He takes control and he takes matters into his own hands, as does Daniel, even though Daniel was sort of the, you know, sitting in the back, but then all of a sudden him and Johnny must fight this one entity, Kreese, in order to substantialize that, you know, that's it. Kreese needs to stop what he's doing, because if he doesn't, then all hell's going to break loose, and all hell did break loose. Now, while everything's happening in the season finale, we find out that Kreese makes a phone call, and we're like, okay, who's that phone call for? Well, in the flashbacks to when he was in Vietnam, he helped a friend. We don't know who this guy is, but then we realize that, oh, it's Terry Silver from Karate Kid Part 3. So we know Thomas Ian Griffith as Terry Silver is coming into Cobra Kai Season 4. But at what cost? Because that's more so Daniel's story. Daniel is the one who knows Terry Silver. Daniel is the one who fought Mike Barnes at the end of the Karate Kid Part 3. I mean, who knows? Even Jessica Andrews could come back. Or, you know, anything is possible now that you have brought back all these characters from Part 1 and 2. Now all you have to do is bring back every character from Part 3 and then put them into it and see how they play into certain things. Is Terry Silver, you know, where is he now? After the defeat that he, you know, happened to him and Mike Barnes in Part 3 of The Karate Kid. Where does he go from here? Why does Kreese call him, you know? And what role does Silver play? And what role will Mike Barnes play? And what role will Jessica Andrews play? The writers know what they're doing because they actually have a free range to do things. It's been said that the story goes beyond Season 4, and it's rumored that it's only for 6 seasons. Hey, if you do the Karate Kid saga and a Cobra Kai series, and you make this series 6 seasons, and then you end it on a high note, then I'm pretty sure that you know actually what you're doing, which is a good thing. As you can see, I'm a huge fan of the Karate Kid saga. I love these movies. I love this series. And when Netflix picked it up, it became better. And even though, like I said, it's only been 3 seasons, Season 3 delved deep into what you needed to see and hear about where every character is and where every character was going. Like I said, some might find Season 3 underwhelming. It's not. The writing is great. Everything works and it makes sense. And this is one of those series where it ended and you want more. And you're anticipating what's going to happen for Season 4. Because you know who's coming in Season 4. You know what they're capable of. So for Season 3 of Cobra Kai, I give it a 5 out of 5 stars. I'll leave a link to my reviews of Seasons 1 and 2 in the description box below. And let me know in the comment section below what you thought about Season 3. Did you like it? Why did you like it? If you didn't like it, let me know why. And what could you change? And are you looking forward to Season 4? And are you looking forward to the character of Terry Silver coming back? Maybe even Mike Barnes and Jessica Andrews. Because once they come in, anything is possible. And it's just going to make the series that much better. And be sure you click that subscribe button and hit that notification bell for new videos on my channel. I'll leave a link to all the social media accounts for Filmstock Reviews in the description box below. You guys can check it out. Follow along. And let me know what other movies or TV series you'd like me to review. I'm Anthony. Thanks for tuning in.